So how flexible are you? And when I say flexible, I'm not talking about flexibility and whether you're good at yoga or Pilates or things like that. I'm talking about how flexible are you in your training. And I found that over the years, I'm quite good at following training plans. I'm quite disciplined. But I found flexibility in following that plan a bit more of a challenge. So why do we need to be flexible? Well, I think as we get older, we need more recovery time, and it's very easy when looking at a plan to think, oh, it's Tuesday, I've got to do my VO2 intervals, a really hard workout, and it's really easy to forget that you, over the weekend, may have done 100, 200 miles, maybe had a really hard ride, and as you get older, Tuesday might be a bit too soon to be doing that sort of riding. But it's very easy to think, well, it's on the plan, I'll give it a go, I should be able to do it, and then you do it, find it really hard, and maybe even fail it and bail early. So how can we and why should we be flexible? Keep watching the video to find out some tips on what you can do to make your training plan more appropriate for you. One of the problems I found with training plans is, as I said, they don't take into account really what you've been doing before. Sometimes they do, and they can be a little bit flexible in themselves, but often it's just, you know, you do a workout on a Saturday, maybe a longer ride on a Sunday, and then another one on a Tuesday, Thursday, and that's the sort of plan rota. And you need to be more flexible in taking into account what you've actually done before. Often we might put a harder workout on a Tuesday, thinking we're fresh after a break on a Monday maybe, and as we go through the week, workouts might get a little bit easier. Sometimes we have to do more than that. One thing that annoys me is on things like Strava. On Monday, you start off from 0. And it's very easy to think, oh, I've done no hours this week, no training, no intensity. And so I'm ready, as I said, on Tuesday to maybe do a hard workout. Whereas really, it's not taking into account, okay, Monday you haven't done anything. It's a new week. But you've, the week before, done maybe, 200-300 miles in the week, or your TSS is really high from the weekend because you did a long club ride or something like that. So I think we need to take it upon ourselves to be far more flexible in our training. Maybe a 7-day approach isn't the best way to go about it. Maybe we should always be on a rolling program and really be looking where we've come from to know when is the best time to do a hard interval. And if you've had a couple of hard days over the weekend, maybe it's not good to do a hard ride on a Monday or a Tuesday. Maybe you should leave it till Wednesday to do that. So I'm finding it more useful to actually look at a plan and then look back 2 or 3 days ago to see what I've been doing, to know whether I'm rested enough to do a hard effort or some hard intervals. And there's nothing more demoralizing than trying to follow a plan and just not being able to finish workouts, and you think it's because you're not improving or your fitness is bad, and actually it's just because you're not really recovered enough to do a hard VO2 max session. So flexibility in the way you approach your plan is really important, especially as you get older. And maybe we should stop thinking about, a 7-day plan and think of it more as a rolling program over maybe 9 days or 2 weeks when you're doing your sessions, to make sure you've built in enough rest between them. I'm finding that if I've, as I said, done a hard session or rides over the weekend, I really need to leave it till Wednesday to try another hard ride. and then maybe have another rest day before trying to do another one. And also it's very useful to make sure you're doing your hard effort after a rest day, and then general riding like I'm doing now after the hard effort, not the other way around. I found often when I failed VO2 max type efforts, it's because the day before I went out and did a 2-hour ride, and although in itself it wasn't that taxing, it obviously does affect how I ride the next day, certainly at the moment as I'm building fitness. Another way to look at it is that your body doesn't know whether it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All it knows is you're either rested or you're fatigued from previous work. So it's really important to really be listening to your body. And if you feel tired, don't do that VO2 effort. If you're tired, either take a rest day and knock the VO2 effort back a day. You're still building and gaining fitness, even if it might be over a slightly longer period than you'd hoped. The key thing is to keep moving forward. Now, I may have said before, and you may have seen, that I use Trainer Road to do my workouts pretty much, and Trainer Road to build a plan and follow that plan. And not that this is an advert for Trainer Road, but one thing I've noticed in the last month or so, they've introduced a red light, green light program on their training plans. And so using their AI analysis, they can tell, and it's based very individually on whether you might be overly fatigued. And so if you've done a hard ride, let's say on a Sunday, and you're meant to be doing a ride on a Tuesday, it might show that you're still fatigued from that weekend ride, and so it'll automatically change your workout to either a rest day or an easy ride rather than doing the workout. So it's sort of building in this flexibility into your training plan, and so far it seems to be correlating pretty well with what I found out on the road and how I felt, and whether I've been able to complete sessions or not. And that's exactly, whether you use Trainer Road or not, exactly the sort of thing we should be doing into our training plans, building in that flexibility. One other thing to remember is, as well, your fatigue might not just be cycling fatigue. You might have had, a really hard day or two at work. You may have gone out shopping, and even walking around shops all day has tired you out. So remember to build in the same sort of flexibility depending on your general fatigue and stress, not just cycling stress and what you've done with that. So how do you incorporate flexibility into your training plans, or do you? Have you found, as you've got older, you've had to adapt plans a bit more frequently? Drop it in the comments below. Anything you can add to that conversation. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, and until next time, bye for now.